really a long story. There was a time when if you needed automobile stuff, you went to Western Auto. For much of early life in my life, if you wanted anything electronic, you went to Radio Shack. But maybe the most interesting statement made in the last week was by the CEO of Ford. And what he said in the last week was that the automobile companies are literally under threat from companies that don't make automobiles. Holy mackerel. And if any of you saw, I don't know if you heard about it, there was a football game last Sunday. And there was a commercial with Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric. And it was a very funny little commercial about a clip they had. It was a real clip when they didn't understand email. But they were in a car, BMW, that is not a car. It's a computer on wheels. And it's really fascinating. And how does that tie into this book? Here's what this book says. Every institution, every company, every organization, every person, every position in the past that was enormously powerful, power itself is in decline. Not this power is in decline or that power is in decline, but power itself is in decline. The name of the book is The End of Power. And it's got quite a long subtitle, From Boardrooms to Battlefields and Churches to States, Why Being in Charge Isn't What It Used to Be. Is this book worth our time? Well, this book is about the decline of power across the board. And actual power is in decline. This has implications in every arena, government, religion, business. This decline in power is really about the decline in leadership and influence. Number two, since those in power have less and less power over other people, if you were in my class, I'd tell you to underline over other people. We'll get back to that at the end. Then each person becomes a person with more power over self. In other words, more and more are directing their own steps to their own futures. Number three, understanding this shift of power can put you in a better position to take advantage of the new reality. So this is a study of power. This is kind of the guts of the idea of the book. I took a photograph from the book with my iPhone camera and put it in here. The more mobility and mentality revolutions. The more mobility and mentality revolutions are their degrading effects on the power of incumbents are clearly visible in the business world. Migration has transported business knowledge. So migration has transported business knowledge and practical experience in ways that regulatory change and investment incentives cannot rival. There is more of everything. It moves wider and faster, and people's expectations have dramatically changed. And so what I want you to do is look at this chart. I'm not going to read it, but you've got the more revolution, the mobility revolution, and the mentality revolution. And then look on the left, and he says, here are the four: muscle, code, pitch, and reward. So if I were you, I would take 5 minutes sometime today and really examine this chart. Turn to all right, what you have is the full table of contents of the book. Again, if you'll read it, you'll learn a lot. Turn to page 10 for my lessons and takeaways. I've got 5. Number 1, the old power structures are less and less powerful. Power itself is actually in decline. Number 5, regardless of how difficult it may be to face this, even if we long for the good old days, with its set structure and predictability and certainty, such longing will not bring those days back. Yes, the world is actually different. The End of Power. I think it's a provocative book. I hope you found this useful. Thank you very much.